Hello and welcome to Empower IAS. In this session, I would like to discuss how to approach paper 2 sociology for sociology optional paper. See, the nature of paper 2 is a little bit dynamic. So for that, we have to focus. We have important things also to discuss here. Is that we have some portion of Indian society in GS paper 1 also. The approach to answer these questions of GS and optional would be quite different. Maybe the contents would be similar, but approach to answer certainly would be very, very different. For example, if you are asked about globalization, for example, impact of globalization on Indian culture or women in GS paper, this question in GS demands overall idea you have developed on this topic, that is globalization and its effect on Indian society. You are not required to go in the debates of different thinkers. If it is asked in GS, for example, there is a topic in GS, that is features of Indian society and diversity. You can say unity and diversity in India. So for this, for example, if we are preparing for optional paper, for optional we have to focus on Indian society, like features are, you can say, unique caste system, many religions are there, so religious plurality, you can say languages are there, many languages. So caste, race, religion, languages, different kinds of family system, tolerance, secularism, there are many things that are very much important for Indian society. When we study these things for GS paper, we are not required to go into the debates of different thinkers we are having for this related to these topics. But in sociology paper 2, if we are discussing about these features of Indian society or unity and diversity in India, we can mention, we must understand what M.N. Srinivas had, their ideas, and for caste, again these thinkers, the main popular thinkers that is there in the syllabus is Srinivas, Ghurye, A.R. Desai. So how these thinkers approach the concept of caste in context of India, again the religious, languages, these things which are there in the features or diversity, or maybe in the family structure of family and other things. So be it the features of Indian society or the changing Indian society, there is a debate between different kinds of approaches or thinkers having different kinds of approaches. You have to mention those things in sociology as an optional, but these things are not required in GS paper. So for GS paper, what you have developed your own idea, it is important, but for that you must understand the basics of that Indian society. For this GS paper, I would suggest class NCERT, and the book name is Indian Society of NCERT. That would be a very basic book for understanding Indian society. You could go through this book for basic understanding, but again, the ongoing phenomenon in Indian society, you have to look on, you have to keep watch on those events to answer your questions in GS paper. But in optional, you have to have certain important books on this. I would suggest IGNOU, BA and MA, IGNOU books for Indian society. Okay. You can also go through this modernization of Indian tradition. By Yogendra Singh. And for Indian thinkers, you can study this book of Nagla. So few books that is very much important for sociology, optional 2, that are not, you can say, lots of books there. Only few books are there that you are required to go through. You can also study a very interesting book, that is Changing India. By Robert Stern. So few books are there, and you are required to go through these books for sociology paper 2, that is about Indian society. Okay. For this we can say, for example, let's see the 3 important thinkers that is there given in our syllabus. They are Ghurye, GS, Ghurye, M.N. Srinivas, A.R. Desai. So, the approach, the basic things you have to understand, the approach of that Ghurye, Srinivas and Desai. Ghurye, the approach of Ghurye is of, you can say the perspective is Indology. M.N. Srinivas is a structural functionalist, and A.R. Desai is conflict. What does it mean? That Ghurye Indology is that Ghurye outrightly rejected the Western ideas, or you can say viewpoints of Indian society. Rather, he emphasized on the features of India that is unique. Unique features India is having, so unique methodology is required according to Ghurye. Ghurye mainly focused on that this caste system, the culture of India, and for this Ghurye actually there are many details of these points. We are just discussing the basic approach what Ghurye has, and what you are required to understand is this unique approach to study India is all because India is a unique country. You cannot go for a theory or generalization. Rather, finding out or framing theory is not important for Ghurye in context of Indian society. Rather, understanding of the society is important. So understand society, and that's all for required Indological perception of this Ghurye, or Indological approach of Ghurye. Now come to the structural functionalism of M.N. Srinivas. M.N. Srinivas actually found some kinds of continuity between past and present of Indian society, and there are many institutions there, like we have seen in paper 1 that functionalist mainly focuses on the role institution plays in society, and a structural functionalist again giving such kinds of roles. A structure is what? A structure is the place of certain institution in society, and their roles is the functions. So the functional role or the positive role is played by certain institutions in Indian society. Maybe you can say the family, and we have to understand even the change this family, the structure of the family is being changed. So why it is so? Why there is a continuity between the past and the present? And this change is a continuous process through, you can say, the cultural process. So the basic thing, you can say the westernization and other concepts are there for this Srinivas. That is a kind of process, cultural process, and that has certain kinds of continuity between past and present. So these kinds of ideas were of the Srinivas, and that comes under the approach that is called the structural functionalist approach. And in this field view is important. Here the book view is important because the basic ideas of the G.S. Ghurye comes from the text, that is the religious texts, Vedas and other things. So the difference here you got is Ghurye mainly focuses on the Indian society that is there in the text. M.N. Srinivas focuses on, or try to understand the society that is there, that is there you can say at the present time, and how it changed from the past, and what are the institutions that is playing their role, and the structure of the institution, the forms of the institution is getting changed, then how those changes getting there. So these things are very much important to understand for M.N. Srinivas. Again, we have the important approach, that is the conflict approach. We have seen all these things in paper 1 also, functionalism and conflict. So basic idea of conflict is the contradiction between the two, at least the two groups. So the clash of interest. And for that, you can say there are certain groups in Indian society, be it Jajmani system, because Indian society has unique features of this caste system that is not there in European societies. So this Jajmani system, when conflict studied Iyer Desai, they found that there are Jajmans and dependents, the two groups. One is the upper one and there is the lower. These groups are mostly the upper caste, that is the class and caste are coincide here, and this lower economic class group is mainly from the lower caste groups. So this caste system, this Jajmani system is viewed from the interest differences between the two groups, as we have seen in the conflict perspective of this Marx, that there are groups, one is the haves and other one is have-nots. So these things, the feudalistic characteristic that is there in this Jajmani system, that is the basis of the conflict between the two. Clash of the interest at least is there, and we have to study all those things according to this Iyer Desai. So that the theoretical generalization is possible there, or it is required here, because it comes under some kinds of theory. Also a structural functional, we have seen that yes, at certain level we have to have certain kinds of generalization or theoretical understanding of certain phenomena of Indian society. But Ghurye didn't say so. Ghurye talked about the Indian society that was very idealistic kind of society and unique one, and it could be understood by the religious texts of India. So these are the basic things that we are very much required in the paper 1 to paper. This is the basic, only very basic things. We have to go in the details for the preparation of our paper 2. But here the basic understanding of these main or major thinkers is this. So we have to understand the things in this way. Okay. Hopefully you got these points. Okay. Thank you very much.